truths about yourselves, and also the most intimate parts about yourself that you never knew actually were there, because you're kind of going with the motivation and pushing yourself to do things, but sometimes that eventually ends, right? And I can give you a great example. I have 3 kids, and to try to motivate them to do something they don't want to do, I've learned that it doesn't work. If there's no bickering and no fighting. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys for joining me today. Here again with my daily videos, and I really just, again, holding myself accountable, making videos every single day. And some are good, some are bad, but at the same time, I think it's something you practice every day. And like anything else, with time, everything with time gets better, and patience, right? So as I said on my videos, it's one of the things that I kind of remind myself on a daily basis, because it could get kind of frustrating and kind of, you feel like you're not, progressing or moving forward, but understanding that it is part of the journey. And going into my last videos, I've been kind of really this week, really focusing this week on videos on kind of just really how the before we take any actions, or we kind of really become inspired or motivated, most of us don't really understand that it takes a lot more than just I think motivation. And because I've been motivated, we all been there. We're very motivated. Those times that we're like, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get shit done. We're gonna, we're gonna pay off that loan. We're gonna pay off the debt. We're gonna save. We're gonna, what else we have? We're gonna accomplish whatever it is we're trying to accomplish, right? And there's many times that you do that, you accomplish these things, and then you are on to the next one. What's next and what's next? And I think I'm in a moment right now where I realize that, like, I've kind of had that mentality that, you tackle one thing and you want to get to the next thing, you want to get to the next thing. You never really have a moment where you kind of really grasp where, first of all, I said in my last video, how far you've come, and also at the same time, kind of congratulate and feel like, although there might not be the outside recognition that we all look for, you still have to give yourself credit for what you've done. And I think that's something that is not taught. It's something that you have to learn. But although we see that mentality, I know online, and then we also social media platforms where it's grind and grind and hustle and hustle until you get what you want, it can be frustrating, and especially for the mind, mental health wise, it could be debilitating, because you are gonna feel like you're on this hamster wheel. You're constantly churning, and if you're not accomplishing what you want, you're gonna feel like you're aimless, right? And there comes a point, I think, where we all have this, I would say, realization where the things that we're going after, to make us feel a certain way, are not what they seem to be, right? Sometimes we think that if we get those things, then we'll be happy. And it sounds kind of cliche and cheesy, this line, but there's nothing outside of us that can give us that. It all starts with us, with our internal game, internal health, and really taking care of what it is we do. At the same time, listening to Wayne Dyer today, he was really, really kind of, I would say, repeating what I've been saying, but also at the same time, he gave me some insight in the sense that, most of us are doing things that we've been taught to do by, like I said in my other videos, my parents or ancestors, or their parents or their parents. So these are things, traditions that have been going on for all these years, and they're embedded in us because at a young age we absorb these things and we ingrained it in our subconscious, and it's fine. It takes you, it takes you nice through your life, but then you realize, like, you feel like you have more to give or more to add to this world. Also, you feel like there's something different you might want to try, or there's something, another way to it, but you're kind of afraid because you've only known one way. And like I said, motivation is one way that we've all learned. That's something that everybody does, motivate yourself to do things. But I think there's a difference when you start to shift to the inspiration part of it. And I know it's going to sound kind of cheesy, but on things that you're inspired to do that nobody really has to make you do it. Like most of the time, things that come out of, especially um, beautiful things or art or even just I would say society changing ideas or things that have caused a lot of impact in the world are things that people really never really forced to think about it. It came to them and they acted upon it. So at the same time, action is needed, right? But most of it was something that they just, you know, were inspired. A lot of art is inspired. A lot of creativity, a lot of music is inspired by their lives or what troubles they may have, or maybe even some movies are based on true life stories. Like these things that are inspired are things that just come to people at their moments in their lives. And there comes a time where I think we all have those moments, and I would say spans. It's not just a 1 day thing where you get inspired to do things. And I know for me, I've been inspired last 365 days, going into this year, to just come on here and speak my mind and speak my thoughts, and like not knowing whether what will come out of it, but at the same time it's something that you want to do. And those are times where I think all of us are gonna find out most I would say most the most truths about yourselves, and also the most intimate parts about yourself that you never knew actually were there, because you're kind of going with the motivation and pushing yourself to do things, but sometimes that eventually ends, right? And I'll give you a great example. I have 3 kids, and to try to motivate them to do something they don't want to do, I've learned that it doesn't work. If there's no bickering and no fighting back or no pushback, and they might do it, but trust me, they let me know that they don't want to do it. So I think it comes the same thing to us. There's certain things that we want to do, and we're motivated to do, and then we do it, and then we're just like, I'm not feeling this. So I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think also there comes a point where you're kind of afraid to like drop it, because what you've been pushing for so hard is kind of now you don't want to really attack it or go after it anymore. And I think that's natural. That's how it's human beings, and I think we're kind of told that you got to stick to that road no matter what, and that's something that I think the society needs to understand, that we all have our own voices, first of all, inner voices, and also that you are able to do what makes you complacent or happy or satisfies you or fulfills you. And if there's going to be a lot of pushback, because there's always people going against what we like. If you're going against what has been taught, you're not normal. You're not a follower of rules. And I think there's a time for all of that. There's a time to follow the rules, and there's time to be obviously be part of the culture, and there's a time where you gotta bend the rules and make your own rules. And also, if it's true to your heart and you're obviously not hurting anybody, you gotta follow those intuitions, and sometimes bend the rules, sometimes even break the rules, sometimes just make your own rules. And that is where I think you meet your true purpose and true significance here in this world. And I think we're all on the same journey. That's what we all want to, I think, at the end of the day, want to be able to know what are we here to do. And I think it's 1 day at a time. So let me cut the video short. I'll see you guys next time. And look out for my videos, guys. Thank you so much for following me. I appreciate you guys. And don't forget to like if you do, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.